Timex have released, I think it's about 10 new watches over the past few days. 2 of those watches were in collaboration with NASA. One of the cheapest NASA collaborations that you can buy that are actually cool. There are 2 digital versions, one in white, one in orange. I have the orange hands on to show you guys, and this is an incredible watch for the price. So let's flip the camera and take a look at Timex's latest collaboration with NASA that is actually affordable. I can genuinely say that everything that Timex have been doing lately, I like. This is yet another watch that is sort of targeted towards enthusiasts. This is a NASA collaboration and it is extremely affordable, $75. They're coming out with 3 different watches. Really, it's 4 different watches. So there is this watch that is in orange, then there is a white version of this, and then they're coming out with analog watches, 2 analog watches with resin cases that look like a more traditional watch, and they are all $75. So very affordable and actually pretty good looking, especially the digital versions, or at least in my opinion, I think they're really good looking. And there's lots of little details on them that kind of make them special. On the strap, it says NASA. On that keeper right there, it says Artemis. And along the edge of the long side of the strap, it says National Aeronautics and Space Administration. It has the NASA logo on the dial right below the display. And it's pretty simple, but it looks really good. It's very effective. And the white version has all the same details, and that one is also $75. These come in at around 34 millimeters, but they wear larger because they are a square watch. I would say it wears like a 37 millimeter watch on wrist, but I'll show it to you on my wrist in just a few minutes. So it's around 34.5 millimeters is what I measured. If you measure it at the thinnest part of the case, if you measure it at the thickest part, it's almost like a 36 millimeter watch. And then you have around a 43 millimeter lug to lug and a thinness of 9.8 millimeters. So it's not very thick. And it gets a lot of functionality. Because this is a digital watch, you're getting day, date, and alarm. You're getting a timer, and you are also getting a backlight there, Indiglo. So the Indiglo on here doesn't do anything special, obviously, because this is a $75 watch, but it will light up the watch when you want to see the time in the dark, and it works really well. Obviously, they wanted to keep the cost down on these, so they are accessible to everyone. And I like that they did that. It does get a plastic crystal. This is a resin case with a resin strap. So essentially all that means is that everything is plastic, but it is a digital watch. I think you would expect that from a digital watch. And it looks kind of like a baby G-Shock is what I would describe it as. And NASA have done collaborations with G-Shock. Those are a lot more expensive and they are a lot larger. So if you have a smaller wrist, this will work really well for you, and even on a larger wrist, I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I'll show you this watch on my wrist. It wears really well. These are really nicely sized watches. Today on my wrist, I have a really nicely sized watch as well. This is the E-Line 1983 from Timex, an automatic, very affordable reissue from Timex that was just recently restocked. These keep on selling out because they are so popular. They're a very good looking watch, and it's a reissue of their 1983 design. Everything about it looks more expensive, but obviously these are around 200 and change. If you get that 15% off, they're around $220, something like that. Really excellent for the money. And there it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. Like I said, this definitely wears larger than 34 millimeters or 35 millimeters, depending on how you measure it. This wears like a 37 millimeter watch on my wrist. The watch that I just had on, that is around a 34 millimeter or 35 millimeter, somewhere in that range. This wears definitely larger than that, even though it measures in around the same size. You could see it just physically looks larger. For $75, I don't think you can go wrong. This is really a very cool watch. They're also making an analog version, like I was saying, that has a resin case. Looks a little bit different from this. I think it is larger than this, so if you're interested in a larger watch, definitely go for that. But I don't think you would be disappointed with this watch at all. It is really cool for the money. That's really it, guys. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments section below. I will put a link to Timex. Definitely check out these watches. If you want something that is really inexpensive, fun, and like I said, I think really good looking, tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I will add a link to this watch down in the description. Definitely check it out. That's really it, guys. Thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next video.